Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to TìandTarot. So today's reading is another part of the zodiac series for karmic relationships, and today we are doing air signs. So you can choose a pile regardless of whether you're an air sign, fire sign or water sign, but if you would like to choose your pile based on their specific zodiac sign, either because you are that sign or because the next person you want to date is that sign, then you can choose piles based on that as well. So we have 3 piles today, pile 1, 2 and 3, and today we have flowers as the object on top. So for pile 1, we have some eucalyptus. For pile 2, we have some flowers. And for pile number 3, we have some mole flowers. I do not know the name of it. That's cute though. And for pile 1, this is going to be Aquarius. For pile 2, we have Libra, and for pile 3, we have Gemini. Once you have chosen your pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your pile more easily, and I will meet you there. Bye. Hello, pile 1. So you chose the Aquarius pile and the eucalyptus. So let's get into your reading, all about your next karmic relationship. So you have the Queen of Cups, and you also have the Seven of Cups as well. So I feel like this next relationship is going to be quite dreamy. I feel like this is somebody that you quite idolize. But I also feel like you have a tendency to project and put your kind of fantasies onto the person you're with. So, for example, you might daydream about person A. Person A is like the best. And then who you actually date is person C. And person C isn't, suited to you, but you don't look at them as person C, you look at them as person A, and you try to almost imagine them as person A, which kind of does a disservice to the both of you, because then you're not with person A, and then for that person, they can never be person A, and they'll never find the person who loves person C, who loves them for being person C. So that has, kind of created this situation where people you get into relationships with aren't quite living up to your expectations, and they cannot fulfill those expectations as well, so they also feel like inadequate. I feel like this is coming from like the reason you do this is like a sense of loneliness. I feel like you might feel lonely in your next relationship, like you're this, whale looking for your person, and they're just not there. You might have a tendency to prefer fantasizing about relationships as opposed to actually being in one, because that might feel safer or more comforting to you, or more achievable or more realistic, or more satisfying. And so in this relationship, I'm getting a lot of those themes. A lot of projection, a lot of disappointment, and potentially some loneliness as well. So who is this person you enter into a karmic relationship with? Okay. So you have a few cards. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You also have the Sun card. You also have the Nine of Wands. And you also have the Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like this person is very warm, bright, amazing. Like they're not necessarily a bad person. It's just that maybe you guys aren't aligned. But they are still like an amazingly successful person, very warm and comforting, very homely, very sweet. They appreciate their family and kind of like the modest, humble pleasures of life. So that's like going for hikes and walks and you know, maybe they appreciate the fact that they work from home and so they get to be at home with their pets or something. Like, they appreciate those kind of like humble things. You guys definitely didn't meet by chance, because I feel like you, in a sense, almost orchestrated this whole thing. You kind of picked them and said, yep, that's the one, and went with it. So I feel like it wasn't really a chance meeting, it was more so planned. It was like arranged. Like, you guys sorted it out, you know? And then I also feel like this relationship is very similar to your previous relationships as well. Like, this is a very, you know, typical person that you would date as well. But I feel like a sense of dissatisfaction. There's a sense of, this isn't the right person. They're a great person, but they're just not the one for you, or the one that you want. And that's not a bad thing. You can say no to whoever you want. That's not a negative thing. The negative thing is trying to turn them into the person you do want them to be. Which, you know, they should be accepted for who they are, and you should also be able to go and find the person that you want to be with. Because I feel a sense of you working quite hard to get the relationship you want and not actually managing to find it. It's like things are just almost, in a sense, repeating themselves because of this. This person, they know that they're not what you want them to be. I feel like they keep putting in work and hoping to impress you or to make you like them, and I just don't think it's paying off, and they're very confused by this. So why did this karmic relationship come to you? So you have two cards. You have the Masquerade with hiding your true self and projection, and you also have the Hound in reverse with loyalty, chains, and promise. I feel like you have spent a lot of time alone before, and because you never got the time to kind of get comfortable with that, to realize that being alone isn't a bad thing, and to feel comfortable in yourself when you're alone, to feel fulfilled and complete while you're on your own, because you didn't get there yet. You didn't give yourself the time or patience to feel those feelings. You kind of just go into relationships regardless of whether or not that person's the right person for you. You almost go into them because you want a relationship, regardless of who the person is. And that's you kind of like hiding your true self, because you kind of have to bend yourself, in a sense, in order to fit in with this person. And you almost have to imagine them as somebody different in order for it to work for you. But that's like fitting two different puzzle shapes together, you know? And it doesn't work. So you kind of create this illusion or this fantasy of a relationship that you are not in, and a person that you aren't, and a person that they aren't, to try and make things work because you don't want to be alone. But you're projecting those fears of being alone. You're projecting those feelings onto this person and this relationship, because you need to experience what it's like to be alone and be happy with that, to be comfortable and to know that you are fulfilled when you are alone, when you are single, when you're not with somebody. It doesn't, you know, limit who you are. It's not a reflection on your self-worth, but you feel like it is. And so you're just shoving yourself in these relationships that don't work for you. And ultimately it makes you, you know, unhappy. It makes you lonely and feel even worse than when you were, you know, single. And you need to fight against these harsh feelings. That's why this relationship has come to you. That's why you keep entering into relationships like this, is because you need to learn that karmic lesson of tackling those self-doubts, those self-limiting beliefs, those feelings of fear and sadness and loneliness. You need to sit with those feelings and transform them into something beautiful, and realize that you are enough. You know, that like the feelings are this sword that's like constantly stabbing into you. It's like, and so that's kind of it's like poking you, and it's motivating you to go into these relationships that you don't want to be in. And you need to, this relationship will keep poking, it will keep coming up until you turn around and become the Hound. You know, destroy that sword, destroy those limiting beliefs that aren't true. You know, you're chained to a lie that isn't real. You're chained to this belief that you're never going to find the right person and you're going to be lonely forever and, you know, things like that. And it's just not true. But that is what's kind of like motivating you to go into relationships that you don't necessarily want to be in. So it's about tackling that untruth. It's about proving it wrong and proving that, you know, you will find the right person, and even if you don't, you're happy with what you have and you're comfortable with yourself, you know? So that's why this is coming up, because it's trying to get you to a point where you let go of that control. You don't, you know, masquerade as somebody you're not. You don't try and fantasize about somebody different to who you're with. Instead, it wants you to feel happy with what you have, who you are in a relationship with when you enter relationship going forward after learning this lesson. The universe wants you to get rid of this lie that doesn't serve you, it's holding you back, to release these feelings, to stop projecting your kind of fantasies onto somebody else, and to stop masquerading. Be yourself. You will be loved for who you are, and be comfortable with yourself and know that you are enough on your own. That's why this relationship, or this type of relationship, keeps coming up. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello my Libras. Thank you for joining me for this reading. You chose this flower, which I'm going to place here. And let's get into your cards. Okay, so you have the 10 of coins, or the 10 of pentacles. Okay, in reverse. Sorry. 10 of pentacles in reverse. So this is really interesting. This makes me feel like this is a very loving relationship, like a very warm, family-orientated relationship that you next enter into. I feel like you have, like, you place a lot of value on loyalty and family. As does this next relationship. Like, that is a theme that comes through in your next karmic relationship, and this is coming up to give you what you deserve, you know, to give you what you want. You've done all the inner work and you've worked on yourself and your previous relationships to now be ready to enter into exactly what you want. So it feels like a very positive karmic relationship here. Let's get into who this person is that you are next entering a relationship with. So you have 2 cards. So you have the King of Cups, which is amazing. And then you also have the 8 of Cups as well. I feel like you have walked away from you have walked away from previous relationships that don't serve you, previous friendships, maybe even family members. You've walked away from any type of relationship, whether that's like friendship, family, or romantic, that doesn't meet your expectations or doesn't serve you. You've learned to not give the wrong people too many chances. You've learned that you deserve better, you know your self-worth, you know that you want a 50-50 relationship. And that's amazing, because that's exactly why this person's coming in, because you know these things. This person is going to give you 50-50. They're incredibly intelligent, intuitive, and emotionally mature and in tune with their emotions. This person is such a lucky person for you to be around. They're going to bring so much luck and joy into your life, and happiness and abundance. And I feel like you guys are going to grow together, and this might even be your forever person. Because you've stepped into this really like wise, kind of like empress energy, goddess energy. You know your worth, you've stepped into that. And so because of that, you're now attracting what you want, because you know exactly what you don't want. So if you didn't want to be with somebody who, you know, was not maybe the best, you'd be able to spot them a mile away and just immediately be like, nah, I'm good. So this person, you immediately see them as green flags. So you're like, yes, 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 to this person. Prepare to say yes, because this person really is just a great vibe, a great person to be around. I feel like he's like holding, in this picture, the one cup you're missing. Like, this is like the one thing that you kind of want that he's got. So this is exactly the right like relationship for you, and it's going to very strongly bring in like a family dynamic. This person is really great to be around, even if, you know, I feel like even if you guys didn't work out as partners, because of their nature, because of who they are, they're so kind and warm and loving, you guys would, even after like a breakup, but I don't feel like that's on the cards for you, but let's just say hypothetically, if that did happen, this person would still be your lifelong friend, because that's just how you guys have connected. It's just the bond you have, which is so beautiful. I love that for you guys. Okay, so let's get into why this karmic relationship. Why now? Why is this coming up? What do you need to learn from this karmic relationship? So you have the pathless with in reverse, with difficult decisions and lack of direction. Okay, so this person has come up because in terms of why this, why now, why this person, what's the lesson here? This is like you, right? This is you reaching your hand out. You're saying, I'm open to relationships, like take my hand, like I am open to finding the right person, this like golden person. And then this is them seeing you. And so the reason they've come up is because it's the right time for you, because you've done all that work. I'm getting so much like gold, kind of you've struck gold energy with this gold hand, these like golden cups, then the golden pentacles, pentagrams. I'm getting like, this is a very like amazing, like this is like your treasure, like this is such a great perfect relationship. This is a valuable relationship, a valuable connection you guys have, and you build so much together. You become a stable foundation. You guys help each other like as well work through your finances and become like your own little empire. And the reason this has come up is because you're ready. That's literally it. Like, it's not like you've worked through the difficult relationships. You've learned every lesson needed to learn in those. And so now you're kind of like ready to have like a smooth sailing, easy, good relationship that's great for you. And I feel like you're finally ready to explore that with somebody. And that's why that's come up for you. It's almost because there's like no lesson to learn now. That's almost the lesson, is to trust that you're going to find yourself in the right situations now, because you've got a really good sense of direction, a really good sense of intuition. Like, you know how to spot who's good and good for you and who's not, you know? That was your reading, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello my Geminis. Welcome to your reading, all about your next karmic relationship. So, let's get into your cards. Okay. So you have the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Wands, both in reverse. Interesting. So I feel like in the past you've had really shitty, crappy relationships. And I feel like because of that, when you enter into new relationships, you're very defensive, you're very paranoid, you don't feel like it's a safe space for you to open up and talk about how you're feeling, to set boundaries or to stand up for yourself. You don't feel like you can do that. And so this relationship, because we have like the Ten of Swords in reverse, this is definitely about you recovering. This next relationship provides a space for recovery. It provides a space for change. It makes you feel like things are turning around. It gives you a completely different perspective, and it makes you start to heal, essentially, to heal from the paranoia, the fear, the feeling like you can't stand up for yourself or talk about your feelings. Finally, you feel like you can do that. You can set boundaries. And that's your next kind of karmic relationship that I'm seeing here for you. Okay, so let's get into who this person is that you are entering into this next relationship with. The Lovers! Oh my god, okay, that's perfect. So this is a really sweet person. I feel like this could potentially be like a very, very, very long-term partner. It might even be your, like, you know, final partner. But I definitely feel like this is a really fruitful relationship. You guys have a lot of passion, you have a lot of love and care and empathy for each other, and kindness and compassion. You guys suit. You just suit. They've got a lot of empathy for you. They have a lot of sympathy for your past. They want you to heal. They want you to feel safe and comfortable. And they want to be the person that can provide that. So this is a really loving and affectionate partner who is here to support you and comfort you. You know, they want to be that kind of safe haven for you. They want to like take you in and heal you and help you, you know, recover from all the shitty things you've been through. Okay, so why now? Why this relationship? Why did you have to be in this karmic relationship? That's so funny. A couple seconds ago, when I was getting these cards, I accidentally knocked over this deck, and this card came out, and I really felt strongly like it was for you, but I was like, no, I'll put it back in the deck in the middle somewhere. And so I put it back, and I shuffled and pulled this card, and now it's come back out for you, which is so funny. Like, these are destined for you. I'm getting such a strong vibe of this kind of type of bird. What is this? Is this like a dove or something? I'm not sure, but I just feel like this has some sort of relevancy to you. Maybe like you were caged like a bird in all of your relationships. You were just a trophy. You were just something to show off, something to keep caged and suppressed, and now you're free and you're flying and you're happy. And you're in the clouds, you know, with this person. And this is you guys, you know. Oh my god, and you have the twins. And you've got more birds. There's definitely some sort of association with birds here. But you've got the twins and the walker. Self-protection, dual nature. You also have the unknown and a journey. Let me move these up here. And then I'll put these here. So this relationship has come into your life so that you can embark on a new journey where you feel really protected. And I think like you still kind of have that sense of like, because this is a recovery, like you're recovering in this relationship, you're starting to feel safe and get clarity while you're in this relationship. Because of that, there's still those residual like feelings that kind of lingering in the background of that kind of paranoia and that uncertainty, the kind of fear of the unknown, you know. But the more time you spend with this person, the more you come to embrace this feeling, this journey, this sense of unknown, because you start to realize it's not the fear of the unknown, it's just the unknown. It's just something that you can't predict it, you can't like see into this relationship, into how it's going to progress. You just have to trust, and they are so comforting and kind to you that it creates that trust. It gets rid of that paranoia. So this journey, you're on this kind of karmic relationship path to heal from that and to realize that you are protected. And not only do you feel, it's not just that you feel comfortable with this person, it's not that you just feel that this person protects you, it's also that it helps to build up your own feelings of your own self-preservation. It makes you feel like you can trust yourself, your own perspective, your own narrative. You start to reflect on all the things people have said to you in the past, that it's like a you problem and a you thing, and you realize that that was a lie and that was their way to like control you and keep you trapped. And you start to realize that you and this person are great people and that you both have this protective energy. You're both wonderful, amazing people, and you start to let go of the lies people have told you in the past. This is definitely your like twin flame. Like, this is your other person, you know. I'm getting that dual nature here. It's kind of like when you were on your own as well, like when you were in your previous relationships, you felt very on your own, and like you weren't allowed to fly. but that's exactly what you get to do in this relationship. You're allowed to express yourself and be free and fly and be who you are, and to be embraced, accepted, and loved for that as well. So that's why this has come up. This relationship has come up. It's to teach you self-love as much as it is to teach you that you deserve love. You know, it's come up so that you no longer fear the future and fear the unknown and fear these relationships, because now you know you've got the right person and you trust that you're in a safe place. Also, it's so interesting that we have the twins here, because this is like the Gemini pile. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 3. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye.